Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, just looking at the short term today as we've got a ton of action. Bitcoin at all-time highs right now, beautiful breakout. This 1 5-minute candlestick had over $8 million traded. That's a lot of money in 5 minutes. So the bulls are all over it right now. We've got supportive consolidation 79.50. If that breaks, we know further downside is coming. We had a little double top at 80.60, so that's now the resistance level that the bulls are going to have to break. So 80.60 resistance, then we'll look at 8100 psychological. My initial target overnight is going to be looking towards 8200, and then we'll take it from there, watching to see how overextended we are, how much we've consolidated on the way up. I'm watching the 4-hour time frame. Look at this bull MACD cross closing in. If we get some follow through on that overnight, we are looking for, a couple $100 to the upside from where we stand right now. So it's all about whether or not the bulls can hold 79.50 ideally to stay in full control, and a break of 80.60 would make bulls a lot more comfortable. LTC made a nice trade in LTC and didn't get as much profit as I would like. I was adding right here in the 71.30s, telling the chat room that we were going to be expecting some follow through in LTC to be looking to break 71.50, which was a key resistance level. If we break 71.50, we're heading up to 72.50, which is the highest price we've seen on the breakout. And we broke that, and really just poor timing for the LTC bulls, because as soon as Bitcoin started heading towards all-time highs, people sell other things and jump into Bitcoin. It's pretty consistent at this point, and that's what happened with LTC. We entered a range on the daily time frame. Look at the lack of resistance up here. Next resistance after 72.50 was 74.50. So we did see a nice pop and was able to make profit on the trade, and only took some off in the 73s. Obviously now in hindsight, wishing I took it all off and went right into Bitcoin. But I took some off in the 73s, took some off in the 72s. I tried to reload in the low 71s for quick flip and quickly cut that, and then just went right into Bitcoin because we were heading up to that blue sky breakout. So I did the same thing that the market is doing. This is all people selling Litecoin to get into Bitcoin, and I was a part of that after entering. So only ended up making some small profit, had some really nice profit if I were able to get it all off at 73. But certainly not complaining. I'll take it. And right now where LTC stands, a pretty big setback with an all-out breakout. We've got support now, 70.21, and resistance is all the way up at 73.40, and we're going to probably bounce around within this range and tighten up and see that range get clearly tighter as we see the volatility drop off a little bit. I expect things to slow down to a degree, although Bitcoin is certainly within striking distance of 8100 if we break 80.60. But this was almost a climax of action in the big three as we see funds shift around for that move towards 8,000. So that's what we're watching on LTC. As far as the daily chart goes, hitting a higher high. We had an inside bar bull break at $70 today. That was a nice signal. It was multiple inside bars breaking, and the alert sending that out and getting some more feedback where people, were sleeping and got the alert to wake up on this Bitcoin move. So loving that, how it's helping people be able to trade when not on the computer. So where we stand, Bitcoin's looking just fine as long as 79.50 holds. Litecoin bulls really need to hold a low of this pullback, 70.21, and expecting to bounce around within the range of the last 2 hours for the next few hours. ETH, look at this dump. So it's the same thing. And we've been playing ETH all weekend. Highlighted it Friday saying keep an eye on ETH. We saw the bull break of the inside bar. We got follow through. My personal trades, I made an exit here. I entered 334 and was pretty much talking about it as I was live in the video yesterday, but was in at 334. I exited in the 347 and 348s, and that's what I call a bit of an insurance policy. I'm exiting just under a key resistance, even though the bulls are in control. I'm locking in my profit, and then I re-enter on the bull break. So I set a stop buy order last night before going to bed, and if 350 breaks, that would have triggered me in, which it did. So I left about $3, $2.50 of profit on the table. But again, that's an insurance policy where if we are unable to break 350 resistance, I have my trade locked in. And if we do break it, I left 250 on the table. I'm fine with that because the gains keep coming in. So I had a new trick for you if you're not using the alert system. So ideally you're using the alert system, but pretty much the most comparable thing, drink a whole bunch of water before going to bed so you wake up in the middle of the night. And I actually did that last night as I didn't want to annoy other people with the alert system. So drank a whole bunch of water, woke up in the middle of the night, saw that we had made a $25 rocket ship move over 350, and I sold in the mid 360s on this consolidation and was able to lock that in. So it's been a wonderful weekend trading the big three. 2 trades on Ethereum for a total of almost 10%. We've got that Litecoin trade ended up being just a couple of percent, 1 or 2. And now Bitcoin with this bull move, we'll see where it ends up. And we'll see if we can get some continuation and follow through. Either way, one by one, these big three are giving us opportunities to make some trades. Where we stand with Ethereum right now on the hourly time frame, we're trying to see a bounce. The 15-minute RSI is just above oversold. The 5-minute RSI got pretty oversold down at 20. But we're here at 350 psychological support. So just like it was really tough resistance, we're now looking for it to act as support. And we just bounced off of 350.18. So we'll see if the bulls can hold this level and turn things around, and our most recent resistance was 362.86. So the same thing as Litecoin, we have a really wide range right now that we're going to be looking to bounce around in between. A bear break will occur if we break 350, and that would be ideal if the bulls can hold that level. And you can just see this is the action right now. This is why the correlations are changing so much, because people are exiting these other names to jump into Bitcoin, and then if we see, Bitcoin pull back, we have to be watching to see if we're getting an inverse correlation with Litecoin and Ethereum, seeing some upside with funds going elsewhere. But that amount of bull volume coming in, breaking 8,000 psychological resistance, and that 4-hour MACD cross for Bitcoin definitely has me sticking around and watching to see how this is going to play out. Because if we do see follow through and a bull MACD cross, look at how we consolidated. We just had very healthy consolidation for over a day, and now we pretty much have a nice clean slate for the bulls to run with. And let's see if we can get a move into a couple more $100 to the upside here while we head into tonight. And if we get this bull MACD cross, we will be looking up towards 8,500 if that does follow through. So bulls in control of Bitcoin, a little bit of an adverse effect to Litecoin and ETH. Let's look at NEO just because it's up here. We've been consolidating now significantly on the 4-hour time frame. We topped out at 48.56, and if you were looking at some initial bearish signals, the first one, really the break of $42 was game over for the bulls in the sense that now we know we're in consolidation mode because we pulled back. We held this baseline of support down at 42, and then as soon as that broke, lower highs and lower lows. That was the important level for the bulls to maintain that has now been lost. So we are in consolidation mode after the breakout. The bulls will have to establish a higher low. We have an inside bar forming on the daily time frame. So right now the key support is the low of this pullback at this point of 37.36, and I'm looking at the last lower high on the hourly, 42.94 resistance. And again, these altcoins, as long as Bitcoin keeps hitting all-time highs, these altcoins definitely have some headwind in terms of trying to see some follow-through. So ideally, there is a lot of quick money to be made just bouncing around all these different trades, and we will see where the next opportunity lies. If Bitcoin does consolidate from all-time highs and begins to pull back, we will be looking for the big three to likely consolidate as well, just because they have broken out already. You see Litecoin heading to higher highs and Ethereum heading to higher highs. Ethereum has some consolidation coming after that huge $25 follow through last night. But where we stand on the daily time frames for Bitcoin and Litecoin, this bull move is just starting after 2 days of consolidation. So that is a good sign, a little bull flag and continuation. So there is still potential upside. Just looking at the daily charts alone and nothing else, I would say Ethereum needs to consolidate more so than Litecoin and Bitcoin, which almost have a 2-day head start of this consolidation and now have just broken out. So it'll be very interesting to see how much upside we can get from here on Bitcoin. And I'm sticking with my trade currently. Maybe setting that trade to break even, but I will exit just below. If we do break 79.50, that does mean further consolidation is coming, and the next support level we would look at from there is going to be previous resistance, now support at that all-time high. And that previous all-time high, let's see where we are at. Actually, that's below. So 79.50, I would then be looking at really 7,900. There's not a clear support level. And keep in mind, we have run straight up for 2.5 hours, 3 hours at this point. So this is healthy consolidation. Look at the volume. Can't even compare the bull volume to bear volume. So really shouldn't be too concerned as a bull at this point. So thanks for tuning in. This was just a quickie rundown as we are in the midst of some action here today, and we will see if the bulls can keep this up overnight. Thanks again, and we will see you tomorrow.